buckle up because today we are doing deep research. What? Deep research. Deep research. Deep research. All right, what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to do some deep research. We're going to build from scratch in the next 55 minutes end-to-end segment identification, messaging, deep research. For Hey Flow, I got their permission to do this live. You're going to get the best of the best, the best of the best, the best right now. And I think I'm going to make it exclusive for course purchasers, people that have purchased my $299 agent course. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to cut this video off. I'm going to give two versions of this. I'm going to give a version where I just, bam, paywall, baby, paywall. So you're going to get the first half of this. And if you want it, what you're going to have to do is you have to buy my course, my $299 Clay agent course. And this is going to be that sort of brand new process for the people that bought. Ping me on LinkedIn. I'll send it to you. There were people that were pirating my course. So I'm only going to give this to people that actually bought the thing. So ping me if you bought it. Just be like, yo, Jordan, happy purchaser, or say like unhappy purchaser. I want more value for the $299 that I already paid. Hit me up and I'll give it to you. And I'll make a note in the Gamma file. So if you go back, you find it there. I'll be like, yo, ping me, confirm that you paid, show me the receipt. Boom. All right. Let's do it. Deep research. All right. What are we doing? Let me show you exactly what we're doing. Client HeyFlow, they're giving this away for you. How nice of that, right? So great product here for people doing B2C, and for the B2C, it is the folks that are having like forms. They want to like really this form 2x's your conversion rate. Absolutely amazing. So they've done a bunch of good thing. I work with a guy that's got a great German accent, and so we're going to take in, he's done some deep research for us, which is great. So we have a bunch of really good stuff. So we've got basically, he did all this research, deep research. He did human deep research on like some actual forms. And then we have the video here, a 38-minute video. So what we're going to do is we're going to deep research. We're going to drop this in and we're going to build an AI agent. And so the kind of nice thing about this is different than what I taught folks is that we're going to basically do live research. And this is going to be really kind of fantastic. So let's start out. We're just going to paste in a bunch of things. O3 Mini High. That's the one I use. So we're going to, well, actually, I'll give it some context. I'm not going to copy the reference customers here. Great. But I will paste them in. All right. So we got the reference customers in. We have the review of existing forms. And we did a little, he gave me a bunch of other things, basically. Too many questions on one screen, no mobile optimization, the form not being native. And we have a really great. So what we did is we found all the people that have get quote. So these are all the people that have quote in their page. So we got about 3,000 people, right? As I say, the list is the message. So what we're going to do is we're going to paste a bunch of these into deep research. So the first thing I want you to do is go to heyflow.com and understand their entire value prop. Go to absolutely every single page. And then the other thing I want you to do is just get a bunch of stats on best-in-class forum design, why forums convert well, certain forums convert, specifically for the industries they target, B to C, with high-ticket transaction volume. So realtors, bunch of other things like that. Realtors, legal services, so high ticket B2C items. And it's really important that you gather the most recent statistics about the best in class form design. Hayflow is probably going to have a lot of them, and ideally we cite from their website. I've included the general takes from them. The text above is basically one of their experts reviewing bad forms and what makes them bad. So we should key in on that heavily, but we really want to find data that they have on their blog, etc., and also that other people have validated that's ultra recent. Like I don't want data from a year ago. And ideally we actually say, if you do this, then this changes the conversion rate by X, Y, or Z, and have sources for all of that. So the very first thing I want you to do is back up all of this type of before and after with data, understand anything that Hayflow has produced. Okay, so what we're doing is hayflow.com. Deep research. Okay, so bunch of things for deep research. Great. Great. So this is really going to be for anyone that has a get a quote, which is a good B2C indicator. So all the URLs I provided you, they are all get quote on their website. So I don't care about a full breakdown of their value prop. I really want to focus just on any metrics about what makes a form convert less for their existing customers, what improves conversion rates with as much data as possible. Well, it's realtors, legal services. You can find other ones on the Hayflow website, like they have insurance as one of them, legal, real estate, and solar. Those are kind of their key ones. I don't care about competitors because what eventually this is going to be used for, and not yet, is I'm going to take the input of an individual form page and I'm going to want to tell people exactly what specific things about that form are problematic and what exact fixes they can do to change that. So my hope is that you're going to be able to go to these URLs and not only tell them what they should do, but why they should do it based on data. And so eventually, and not yet, but eventually, I'm going to use this really specific information to create an AI agent. So go do deep research on these URLs provided and see if you can match that with data. But really what I want you to do is just collect as much data as possible about why actual forms are not performing well and what Hayflow and other websites say. And then ideally you can go to a handful of these actual forms and identify the heuristics and patterns that they all do that mean that, like, what specific things relate to specific problems in the research that will make their specific form not convert well. So really what we're trying to do is, and I always talk about this, is like work backwards from the message. Great. Yeah. Great. Deep research. Okay. So while that happens, this is what we're going to do is actually talk about the message that we want to send, which is the purpose of this. So really it's segment. In this case, it's get quote, and then message, segment data. And in this case, this is how I work. This is how I do all my work. Data, it's what unique insight exist from the data. What is a message so valuable people would pay to receive it? Then it's the list, and then it's deployment to channels. This is my mantra. This is the way that in which I look at the world. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. Boom. Look at this. Who's Zuko.io? How amazing is that? All right, we've only got 8 sources. But so the message that we're going to send is going to be related to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start chatting with ChatGPT before we even have this done, because there's a next step to this process. And the next step is to be able to translate this to their customers too. I have a list of customers that I pasted into that basically there's an improvement, the website, their customer name, and the top 3 things that made their customer successful, and a link to that form. So what I want you to do is I want you to do deep research on all of these customers, including going to every single one of these forms. See if you can beef up these case studies. And specifically, ideally, you could talk about, add a little bit more stats to the case study that is based on the research above. And what I want you to do is see if you can just talk about a way that we can connect any given form problem with the data that you have deployed. So really what I want you to do is I want you to come back and update, add an additional field to this, to each of these rows, and talk to me about, and if you have to go to each URL, you can, but talk to me about what makes their new form great. If we listed the form, what specifically do you think elements make it great? And what specific basically I want to find a way to be able to relate a get quote page to a particular customer. So I want you to help me identify the heuristic to use to say, okay, great. If I'm going to reference one of these customers, which customer should I reference, under what forum situation, and why? So go sort of ingest this data, do deep research. Take the research above, go to the URLs, go to the HeyFlow website, and sort of come back with a heuristic to match an individual customer, and they're like, you could kind of guess at their previous workflow state and their new workflow state, and give me a better way to match these two. Great. All right, so let's look at the deep research. This is superwhisper.com, by the way. Actually here. And then here. Nope. History. Great. Sometimes I make a mistake and don't paste it. Let's see what the deep research found. All right. Too many fields. Each additional field beyond the essential. 100. Wow. Okay, great. Personal tend to scare off users. Reduce conversion rates. Wow. See, they have the exact numbers. Requires a phone number. Doubles conversion rates. Yeah, great. They've got all this really amazing data. Low conversion. Great. So we've got a bunch of really great data. This is really fantastic. Wow. Okay, great. Case study, real estate, legal tech. Amazing. So we got a bunch of deep research. Now we're going to submit this deep research connection. So all we're going to do is basically we're going to build an AI agent that is going to take a lot of this thing. Great. Yeah, I mean, I think an enhanced table is probably best here. You also can take some of the research above and apply it. You can make some extrapolations and apply it to the individual thing. And yes, ideally, you'd give me a CSV that has an additional column that has this information. And yeah, you can see if these case studies might be on Hateful's website, so you can add them if you can. And yeah, I would say create the heuristic framework first and then map the heuristic and then add all that additional information to another column and give me that as a CSV that I can download, or I can copy and paste. Inline is fine. I'm just going to literally copy and paste this over the existing data that I have. Okay. So I think this is where I'm going to have to end it because we're about to get into the AI agent territory. Great. So we have all of the context now. We've warmed up the context window. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the video here at almost 17 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is this is going to go behind the paywall. I hate doing this, but you know, I like expensive chocolate, so I need to get paid every now and again for the stuff that I create. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up an email to all the people that bought my course and didn't pirate it. Yeah, and then you'll have access to this. If you want to just email me, I'll send this to you. You'll get the actual agent content, and this is kind of the new way that I'm thinking about building AI agents is using this deep research feature. Great. So thanks so much for watching the beginning part of this. And now we're going to jump into the agent part. Bye.